You're paying nearly 30 times more just because you didn't know about these fees.
Oh my Google.
In the next few minutes on Funancialism, you're gonna learn how much are mutual funds costing you, hidden fees explained. Then we're gonna break some myths around these fees.
You know those high fees are costing you a lot of profit.
That may not be always the case. We will do this by comparing the performance of an index fund with an extremely low fee to an ETF with a fee that is 3 times greater. Another myth we're gonna break is how a lot of people are watching Funancialism videos, but they're not leaving a like.
Okay.
And finally, at the end of the video, I'm gonna reveal one index fund that has the absolute cheapest fee that I found on the internet. Now, what are these hidden fees that people forget to consider? I'm talking about expense ratios. If your money is invested in mutual funds, ETFs, index funds, in any kind of account, whether it's a 401k or a regular brokerage account, you are paying expense ratios. And if you're not aware of how they work, they truly might eat your profits. Let's take a look at Vanguard's Total Stock Index, ticker symbol VTI, where this fee is only 0.03%. If you're investing $500 every month for 10 years, this fee will only add up to about $194.02. But if you're just blindly buying funds in your 401ks or elsewhere, this fee could be as high as 1%, costing you $6,285.07. You're paying nearly 30 times more just because you didn't know about these fees.
Oh my Google. Mr. Funancialism, thank you for that, but I'm still not too clear what an expense ratio actually is.
Now, the expense ratio is used to pay the management, advertising, and administration.
My daughter just started her administration. Should I be paying her some sort of fee?
Now, I'm not a medical professional, but that sounds like a question for your doctor. And speaking of, I'm also not a financial advisor. I'm just someone who's extremely passionate about finances, building wealth, and investing in stocks, and love sharing it on YouTube and Instagram. Now let's go ahead and break down some myths.
Now I heard that the expense ratio should be extremely low, and if you just do that, then you will have a great time investing. Are you gonna disprove that by showing me some sort of comparison?
We will compare VTI, the Vanguard Total Stock Index, with VGT, the Vanguard Information Technology ETF. The expense ratio is 3 times larger at 0.1%. Now, for the last 10 years, VTI gave amazing returns, an average of 11.28%, not counting for dividends. If you were to invest $500 every single month for the last 10 years, you would have invested about $60,000. Today, with VTI, that $60,000 would be approximately $101,000, not counting dividends. Those are some nice returns, and with this expense ratio in mind, like I said at the start of the video, you are paying about $194.02 in fees. Now let's take a look at VGT, where the expense ratio is 3 times higher at 0.1%. It had an average return of 16.79%. The same $500 a month over the last 10 years would have turned into almost $133,000. That means with VTI you got approximately $40,000 of profit for the last 10 years. With VGT you got approximately $73,000 in profit. Now those returns are a lot more impressive. However, remember that expense ratio. We have to subtract those fees from our returns. $892.07. With the compound interest on that fee, we ended up paying almost 4.5 times more than VTI. But we have an extra 30-ish thousand to show for it. We all know the saying that history repeats itself, but that is not always the case. VGT as an ETF didn't even exist 20 years ago. Who knows what could happen in the future? Those who want the safest route typically invest in an index fund which tracks the top 500 companies. Boom. You did it? I mean, don't do it now. I guess come back to this video and do it. It'll open another window. Pause this, watch that, come back. That's the move to make. So the index fund with the absolute cheapest expense ratio is FXAIX. And I know that's a spin on someone else. I just don't remember who. The expense ratio is 0.015%. That is 9 times less than VGT. And this is an index fund that tracks the top 500 companies in the United States. Now, if you enjoyed that episode of Funancialism, there is some cool videos by the side of my head how anyone can make $1 million. And when you're done with that, come back and watch this video again. And make sure you leave that like and comment if you haven't already.